Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's presentation on digital transformation and Azure AI platform. I'm so excited for with you guys, and thank you so much for connecting from Saskatchewan, from Manitoba, Montreal, Ontario, and Michigan. I'm so looking forward for your feedback. And last time I got a case study from a user, and he said, Deepak, what would be the solution around digital transformation? And I said, okay. We had some discussion, and I said I will share you some solutioning around that. So let's start. So again, the problem was there was a organization. Sorry, I could not share the name. They are going through digital transformation, and they have more than 80 plus version of software, and they need to migrate, and it is all very time sensitive because end of life is over there. They want the solutioning around Azure primarily, and that's the reason I have come across it. So if I have to baseline the problem statement, I would say it is a diverse product version, end of life product, legacy data, real-time data processing, and data accessibility. As there are 80 version, so data governance is so critical for us, and that's the reason, we are looking over that perspective. So keep couple of things in mind: end of lifetime sensitivity, potential business impact, and data governance. So from architect bird eye view, I consider it migration to the cloud and decommissioning 80 plus legacy data. I also think mapping of centralized 80 plus legacy data environment. My all the solution adhere to Azure Well Architect framework. So if you are an architect, whenever you are proposing any solution, consider your solution should be on cost optimization, operational excellence, performance, efficiency, reliability, and security. Assumption, resource groups, aggregate, security logging, etc. all are considered but not part of this presentation. ETL tool is needed for 80 plus migration. So basically that would be another thing. Because of data type, we required, I forgot to mention, both streaming and batch processing. Multi-tenant data classification is important. Enable business self-serve. Value data archival is also important, and fraud detection is required. So if I have to understand it, so I need to put a gate, quality gate over there. So source data readiness check, data mapping requirement, detailed design for transformation, dry run plan. Another information should be data volume at source system, data accuracy is required. So these are the key activities I need to perform, and there are critical success factor documenting source for all element where there is data discrepancy, documenting data quality challenge involving business stakeholders. So I always believe in fail early than fail late, gaining consensus on the business role, what they want. And let me share here on one of the migration I have figured out. We were migrating 95% of with 95% of correctness of data. So different clients have different version. If they are streaming data, they might be there is some scope of you know having the on cloud product versus on-prem on their system, they could come over there. So artifacts are document capture, the source to target mapping, the document capture, data assessment, data quality profiling, capture legacy system to target system, high level design document capture performance. And that is also one of the very important thing I want to bring into a notice. Like for couple of cases, I have figured out the performance varies. Like at on-prem, if some stored procedure or report or whatever analysis take maybe 2 hours, at on-prem if it is taking 45 hours, we need to have all those kind of artifacts with us. So let's look over the logical architecture. On left hand side, we have legacy data and streaming data, and then it would be the ingestion and streaming from both ETL as well as streaming. Then we have Lakehouse medallion architecture I have followed. Why? It would make my life easy because data will be ingested into the data bricks when data is coming. And at number three, curated layer, data will be cleaned and applying ETL operation. Business rule be applied at confront layer. That is also important. And then we have data is available for reporting team after validation. I put the semantic layer intentionally in between. There is rationale for that. Because this is also business requirement where data need to be validated before we push that for the validation by business for use of business. So I provide the semantic layer, and there might be a question in your mind which you will say, "Hey, why, a particular region, if Databricks have or Azure Power BI, Power BI is my bad, it has a semantic layer, but we need to understand Power BI has capping on semantic layer. I believe it is 10 gigs capping, so we need to look over that as well. And then we have extract and further, uh, once data will be exposed to downstream user application through this integration layer. It is meta-driven architecture, so that will be helpful. And consumption layer will be the source for another department for reporting, intelligence, data science, and information management cataloging will be available, and admin capability like monitoring orchestration will be important. I will like you guys to focus here on consumption layer. In consumption layer, I provide the data, not all the data, but whatever the data could be beneficial for machine learning, for conversational UI, integrated application, ad hoc reporting, etc. So, so look over here. We have the sources on left hand side, and Azure Stream Analytics put the data into row landing. And for batch processing, I have Azure Data Factory autoloader. As soon as file, I use the autoloader, and I will tell you folks, I have been using it from 2021 for specifically streaming case, and it is very helpful. So as soon as what will be the business value, we will talk about that in further slides, but I would like to share about this. So autoloader will be there as soon as the benefit of autoloader is as soon as any file will come, it will process that file into the bronze layer on real time. It take care of the schema, it take care of, it has the checkpoint folder, and we will look over, I will give you a holistic perspective, which will build your understanding why I have used it. For real-time data processing, I have DLT, delta live table. That is really very good thing. And for batch processing, I have notebook, and I have put the semantic layer, and that is available for machine learning in the gold layer, where once data is available for machine learning and everything. We have batch as well as analytics and real-time analytics as well. Just look over, pay the attention at Unity Catalog, which is for governance model. That is so important in my case because it is a multi-tenant environment. I need to ensure the data governance and security is thoroughly followed, as Unity Catalog has good compatibility with Databricks. So I feel it is most fitted in my scenario, but alternate if you have some another flavor, then preview would be your another option as well. So, what is the benefit of Azure Data Factory? We all know I have been using it 2016-17 with version 1. It increased. Holy cow, if I compare those days and versus now, it improved a lot. Vast variety of connectors are there. It is a cloud native tool which could be pull the data and I could make the configurable. Certainly it is, we cons would be it required separate compute, not suitable for streaming data, etc. Technology value. Azure Stream Analytics is robust, cost-effective integration with Azure services. It has potential performance issue with large volume of data, learning curve for the beginner. I have been using Stream Analytics as well, and you know, so far I could say it is very reliable tool. I use the Delta Lake. The rationale for me is it would be easy to maintain 80 plus version for me by Medallion architecture. Data partition is from source version, fact table name. It will make my life so easy if I have to, look over something, do reverse engineering, and it also give me the flexibility to allow querying data at different point of time. It is a learning curve and storage overhead. Delta Live Table, easy to write quality checks, both SQL and Python. It is declarative framework. Cons is it require premium workspace. DLTs only can be defined once. So that is this DLT designed for real-time data analytics. It help us with the acid. It offer acid adhere to the acid principle. Unity Catalog, I have been using it. It is amazing tool. It align with the business case, streamline data governance. So my in use case data governance is critical. If I don't use without Unity Catalog, I have to do Unity user management and meta data on every case. However, with Unity Catalog, I could do at the unified level. Power BI Copilot is now available. It is incredible. It has its semantic layer, self-service, and support to machine learning and analytics. Sometimes I found DAX complexity, but it to some extent it is solved by Copilot. Machine learning, built-in model tracking, scalable for large data set, etc. So uh, that's I want to share, very high level, and this is what the problem statement was. And from cost perspective, usually I go with the TCO as well, and TCO give us a very fair idea about that. So the TCO for TCO, please uh, go to Azure calculator, look over different things. I did that. I did that for, in my cases, if I showcase you, like, I take a look of TCOs, different, like, you could see Azure Data Factory over here, and, that would be helpful. And, but I always prefer to go with TCO. Thank you so much, folks. Have a good one.